Welcome to our last Facebook Live event of 2020. We are here today in our Old Town 200 King Street location in Alexandria, Virginia. And just want to bring you guys one last little bit of shoe knowledge for the end of the year. We're here today with Justin. Justin, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, Justin Titus. I am the manager across the street at 201 King Street. I started in the industry back in 1998 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I worked for Red Wing, I've worked for Clark's, and now I'm here for Comfort One Shoes, and I've been here since 2013, 8 years now.
Excellent. So yeah, you've got some years in the shoe business.
That's right.
All right, so today we're talking about On Running, one of the hottest shoes in athletics right now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about where they're from, how they got started, and why it's a good fit for Comfort One shoes?
Yeah, so On is a Swiss company. There was three guys in their pajamas in the Alps making shoes. There was the main guy was an ex-athlete, and he had a couple buddies that were Swiss engineers, and they got together and wanted to sort of redefine the way that running shoes are used. So one of the things that makes them really good fit for us is that we are a European comfort store, and that covers two things right there. And then it's a unique product, and that's one of the things that we try to do is find things that are really unique. And we stumbled upon them a number of years ago, and they've been great. They're one of our top hottest brands.
Excellent. So let's talk a little bit first about, we've gotten into a bit of a pattern here. Let's talk about the materials that Ons are made out of first before we get into the tech.
Sure. So I'll use the base model, the Cloud. This is their most popular. And what they use basically is they use foam in their soles. And then they have a number of different types of stretchy and mesh uppers. But it's all man-made. They do have one model that comes in leather, but for the most part they are a man-made material. And then some of them will use shock plates and things like that. But otherwise they're going to be known for their foam. Very lightweight and cushy.
Excellent. So all man-made materials, no leather used in these.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, the real kicker for On is the technology behind them. So let's jump right into the tech.
Okay. So I arranged them in an order of how the models go. They start with a little bit more neutral model. This is the Cloud. They use like I said, the foam soles, and they're going to. It's going to be a slip-on shoe. They're a very distinctive look. People wear them for casual. A lot of the residents down here will wear them because we are on a dynamic cobblestone-y sort of surface, so it's very comfortable for that. Each of their pods here, this is what's so unique about them. They have these pods that whatever surface you're on, it'll cushion dynamically to give you each spot. If you're somebody who pronates, then you're going to be cushioned on the inside in just that spot. And part of what keeps them light is that they are these two rows on the outsides of the shoe. This is the lightest, well-cushioned running shoe on the market in the world. And it comes in at 7 ounces, so that's great. 6 ounces. This one comes in at 6 ounces. So this is a slip-on. I actually love to run in this shoe. It is very light, it is very well-cushioned, and it fits for a slip-on. It fits really well, and a lot of reps put me up on that. So what's great about it is it comes in a ton of different colors. So this is very popular now. They do these limited edition 70-30 models where they do 30% one color and then this other design. And so these are sold a lot more for like casual wear.
Okay.
But this is one of their other types.
Yeah, those are fun colors.
Yeah, they have a bunch of them. And then this is their terry model. So it has a terry cloth tongue and then a little more of a stretchy toe box there, and it's at the bottom a little bit longer wearing. So this one definitely would be more of a casual model. And then one of the things they're doing in a lot of models, as you'll see as I go through them, is that they make them in waterproof. This bootie is very similar to my mom used to put plastic bags in my boots.
Right.
To,
so your feet stay dry.
Yeah, that's right. That's kind of what the idea is. A lot of times you'll see things like Gore-Tex. This is their version of Gore-Tex. It's a sock that's sewn in on the inside. the shoe to keep it waterproof. The pores are too small for water to pass through, but still very breathable. Air can pass through it. So this is the first model that will come in that waterproof, and that's the Cloud. This is the Cloud X. It's got a little wider toe box, and it's a lace up. That's the other thing about it. So this is a shoe that I would use for cross training. It's really good for if you're going to the gym and you want to get a little bit of a run in first on the treadmill, and then you have to lift or do anything lateral. This is the only shoe that I would personally recommend for that kind of thing. So because it stays nice and low to the ground, and it is very flexible, so you're able to do a lot of those things.
Great. So the Cloud X, it's a good way to remember. The Cloud X is your cross training shoe.
Right. X trainer. That's very good. Okay. Moving up into this one, this is the Cloud Flow. The Flow is a little bit stiffer foam. It's a little bit it's closer to the ground again. This is really more of a running shoe. It does a lot of the same things that the X does, except for it is much more for a running activity. The other thing is that the toe box is just not quite as wide as the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So they come in all kinds of different fits. But this one I've actually run the most of. This is a good marathon shoe, or if you're doing halves, so this is great for that. And it's a trimmer shoe, so it's also very good looking. So we do sell a lot of them just for kind of hanging out in. But that's the Cloud Flow.
And so that's your distance shoe.
Yeah, you get a little bit more distance out of that one than the other ones. I like the other ones for more kind of speed work, which is shorter distances, a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
Some folks that are used to a beefier shoe will use the Flow as a speed shoe, but for the basic runner, that is a really good shoe that you can do short distances and long distances in, because it does last a little bit longer.
Excellent.
Yep. And again, it comes in all these great colors. I'm going to move off to the side so you can see that. All right, going down into, this is probably my favorite running shoe. It is the Cloud Swift. What's different about this uses Helion cushioning, which is a thicker, foamier, almost like a marshmallow kind of feel to it. If you are on a hard pavement surface, flat, this one has a little bit of a transitional piece in the sole, and then it sort of rocks. And then it has, it's like a sock. So you basically just slip into it. It's very similar to what Nike kind of did with knit for a while. So it's got that kind of fit, and then you can lace up around it for extra support. The toe box is very wide and meshy. It's very comfortable. But I really like it because I've had some L4, L5 lower back kind of issues.
Mm-hmm.
And this is great for that because it takes a lot of the pressure off of it.
Oh, sure.
Surface, yeah.
And so many of us here in urban areas, we're running on hard surfaces all the time. Like that's it. There aren't a lot of choices.
Yeah.
It's concrete or pavement.
Yeah, that's right. Or cobblestone. So yeah, it's very good for all these surfaces are really rough on your skeleton, and these are great for that. So that'd be the Cloud Swift. This one. This is the Cloud Stratus. This has something that's unique to them, which is called, so you take these pods that are in the other ones, and you're going to have something called sequential cushioning. So it's got the pods sort of staggered in between. And what that does is if you are, since when you're running, your body is in the air, you're going to be using 5 times your body weight when you're coming down. So this gives that individual pod an extra space in between each of those pods for more pods.
Okay.
So when you're rolling through, it gives you a very firm, a very supportive, but well-cushioned ride. It is more shoe, but even coming in at 7 ounces, it's still incredibly light. And then it has this really unique lacing system in it where, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, sure. Bring it a little closer so we can see. Yeah. So what does that do?
The tighter you lace this up, it pulls this toe box up so you have a little bit more room in your toes. So it fits really nice and secure through here, but then the toe box is really roomy and wide.
Nice.
And so yeah, that gives you, so your feet swell when you run.
Right.
That really helps out with that kind of thing. So anyway, it's got a little bit more support to it than the other models, but also a lot more cushioning.
Excellent.
Comes in a bunch of colors. The next one, so this is sort of their stability model. One of the things that's unique about On is that most companies will try to put you into a neutral and a stability category.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're somebody who needs stability and that your foot is flexible, it stretches, it rolls inward and pronates. If you're one of those folks, then they want to sort of baby you by putting a posting in. You'll see a lot of the shoes will have a gray on the inside with a posting.
Sure.
What On wants you to do, and that's part of their philosophy, is they want you to take these sort of weaker, more flexible feet, and they want you to work your way into something that's a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
So some of those folks will start off with a model like this, where you can see the sole is flared out on either side for stability.
Right.
They'll take these models and they'll start you here and sort of work you back through what I've been showing you, which is kind of why I have them in this order, so that maybe you're in something like this toward the end and you've got a little stronger feet. So that's one of the ideas. We were not designed to be in, on cement in really structured shoes. We were designed to be barefoot in sand and grass and dirt. We're just not on that surface at all.
Right. We had a question here from Yvonne, and she wanted to know which shoe has the most cushion. So can you just remind us?
Sure. So this is one that has a lot of cushion, and then the previous model. So this cushioning is a little different than the Stratus. That's I'm sorry, let me grab this. So this is the Stratus. This is a firmer cushioning. So if you're running, this is going to be very shock absorbent. This one will have right out of the box, right when you first step into it, you'll be able to feel each of these individual pods sort of rolling through. So that one would have, if you find cushioning to be more spongy and more marshmallowy and that kind of thing, this is more that model. This one is if you find it to be more shock absorbent. That's
Okay.
what you're looking at. So those are both great, and that's actually a great lead into the last one that I want to show you,
Sure.
which would have the most cushion. All right. It's actually a pretty special shoe from them. So it's Cloud Ace. What they do is they take those pods and they add a shock plate into the sole.
Uh-huh.
And what that does is when you have something really firm and then you add pods underneath it, it amplifies the effect of the pods.
Okay.
So you've got a hard surface and then you've got this shock plate. So this one will have a really noticeable cushioning feel like the other ones did. And if you want to see, this is a little display of it. So
Oh, nice. You can get a little better view.
See if that's if you're able to see that. So
Yeah.
that's the shock plate. It's this really firm.
So that's going to be
fiberglass.
really stiff.
Very stiff. So when you take this and you put these up against it, I don't know if I got that right. When you put this up against it, it has got. Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This will be really noticeable. And what the pods do. I wanted to sort of show all the models and then give you what the pods do. So the idea is that they're soft when you land on them.
Okay. Actually, let's bring. There you go. That's perfect.
They're soft when you land on them. And when they cushion up, they firm up. So that when you then toe off, it's a very firm spring that you're pushing off of. So they're soft on the landing, and they're firm, and they have a lot of action to them when you're towing off.
Right.
That's what each of the pods do. So this shock plate makes that a really big effect. So if you are looking for something for walking, or if you come down really hard and you're working on your gait, this is a great model because it is really shock absorbent all the way through.
Yeah, that makes. Okay, so I sort of think about it like if you are on, like, if you're trying to start running, like when you're like first kicking off, the hard surface is what you want to push off of.
Yeah.
But you would rather fall on a gym mat.
That's right. That's exactly what their whole
So
philosophy.
you when you hit the ground, you're landing on a gym mat, but then when you're pushing off again, you've got that hard surface.
Yeah, it's much more efficient to do it that way. Some running shoes that are really soft,
Yeah.
you lose some of your momentum when you're on a soft surface because you are pushing against something soft. And if we all try to jump off the ground and we jumped off of a pillow as opposed to jumping off of a cement surface, we would jump much better and more efficiently if we were on a hard surface.
Exactly.
So that's the idea. And the other thing I did want to show you is if you are kind of starting off, this has, just for fun, a whole bunch of really nice cushion paneling, little tiny marshmallows in there. But it feels really good around the foot.
Yeah.
So, not only is it really great underneath, but it feels really nice. All right, and then the last one, this is sort of outside of those categories, but these are trail shoes. So they've got a lot firmer sole to them.
Yeah. So if you do manage to escape the city.
That's right. Or you could, what was the other term we were talking about? City hiking.
Oh, okay.
You could do city hiking in these kinds of things too. So it's really firm, so that if you ever stand on something, if you catch a rock or something sharp or anything like that, the sole, it doesn't penetrate through that sole, so they do make it a little bit harder.
Okay.
And then they add some of the grip on the bottom, and that'll be if you're in, out on a trail.
Right.
All the elements that you run into with that.
So a little more texture there, whereas the others are definitely meant for smooth surfaces.
Yep, and it comes, again, that's another one that comes in waterproof, so that's the waterproof model there.
Definitely need those on the
Some-
trail.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna might look at the waterproof, you're gonna run into it. And then the last one would be, they make a really nice hiking boot. This is a great sole, it's very stiff again, it's got the good traction. This has been a massive seller for us, it's really great, it looks really good. But these are waterproof, and it gives you good ankle support, so if you're going up and down, changing elevation, then this is a good supportive boot for you.
Excellent.
Yep, so that would be...
Well, there's such a wide variety, and excellent thought has gone into each style of ons. I'm really, it's not surprising just based on that alone that On is so successful in the athletics market. But where's the proof in the pudding? Can you tell me a little bit more? I know they've got some great stories.
Yeah, so On it started back, so they were rated as being, when it was like some sort of Swiss, the Institute in Switzerland, I can't think of what it's called, but the Institute actually saw that they, everybody was running in Ons had a lower pulse rate. It was a whole study that was done on it and published. We talked about the efficiency with which you're running. That's what started it. Then the Wall Street Journal published an article about how On was redefining running. That was in 2013. And then from there...
That's a heck of an endorsement.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so that they were getting a little bit of buzz there, but then when you talk about proof is in the pudding, several Ironman winners over the last 10 years have been from people who've worn On, including two. There was a back-to-back record set by two people on the same team, the On team, for triathlon. So and for the Ironman. So the two guys broke the Ironman record back-to-back. And that's wearing these shoes. So they've had several awards. It's very, very, very well received in the running market, and they just exploded. And most recently, they've gone up to the next level as far as exposure and as far as popularity, as Roger Federer, who's a very well-known tennis player. He wants to make sure that people know that he's doesn't endorse them. It is that he's an entrepreneur. He is trying to expand the line. He is trying to use that really great technology for all athletes. So that's one of the things that's really great about the brand. Is it's great now, and it's going to be even better next year, which is good because you can get them here at Comfort One Shoes in Alexandria. Shameless plug. And
Well, that's kind of the point,
Of course,
we are here to sell shoes.
Nothing wrong with being shameless, I guess. You can also get them online. We have several in the DC and Northern Virginia area. We carry them, and then have a huge selection. If we don't have the biggest, it's one of the biggest. Excellent.
So we were one of the first in the market here in the area where you could find Ons, and we've been super supportive of bringing on their new lines as they've been released. So a lot of options here with Comfort One Shoes, and this guy right here, Justin, will help you get into the absolute best pair for your feet.
That's right.
You can give us a call, or you can visit us in the store. We hope that you guys have the merriest of Christmases and wonderful holiday season.
Merry Christmas. I'm going to actually take these guys for a run.
All right, go and get those miles in, Justin. We'll see you later. Happy holidays, everybody. Bye-bye.